Alright, so hello guys. Here's a Ray from Hashkey Capital. We are like what most well known VC at the Asia area. We got like 1 billion, almost one over 1 billion AUM. We already invest on more than 300 projects. So happy to be the moderator today. So we got Micheal from Xterio, we got Ryan from CyberConnect, and we got Chase from the GM Network. So can you guys just make a brief intro about you and your project? Let's start with Micheal.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Micheal, and I have been in the game industry for more than 20 years. And I just started doing Web3 about 2-3 years ago. And I was the chief operating officer of NetEase, and we have run the longest living game in the world, which is called Fantasy Westward Journey. And yeah, that's me.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan. I'm co-founder at CyberConnect. CyberConnect is a social network protocol started in 2021, raised 25 million from multi-coin Binance Lab, and recently started working on the Cyber L2, the L2 for social.
Hello, my name is Chess. I'm the founder of GM Network, which is Good Morning Network. We want to good morning to Eigenlayer, Outlayer, and the New World with DP and AI. And we are building the AVS layer 2 for DP and AI, and we really focus on we think the DP is the middleware from reality and the virtual world, and AI will definitely accelerate all the things and accelerate into the cyber world. Yeah, that's us.
Cool. So the first question is, could you tell us more about the layer 2 chain that you're building, and what are your decisions behind build your own app chain? Let's start with GM Network.
Okay, thank you. Why we want to build the AVS for DP and AI? Because in 2018, when I was still in Kobo, at that time we were building the staking business. Like I still remember the ONT, NEO, live peer. At that time they're doing staking, but the staking don't have so many rewards to support the chains. But now with Eigenlayer, we can really make all the staking be more fancy, be more security, be more scalability, and we want to think like this because in the world now there's 20 billion IoT devices. They generate the data every day. That's real RWA, real world action. And they want to combine the data and with the question, our former product is on-chain data, and to help to train the AI agent. And then back to make all the DP devices can be AI powered. So that's our layer 2. And I think I want to make a small example. I think Ethereum is like Apple, and Eigenlayer is like iOS. And now AVS is Apple Store. So we need more like a social app, like CyberConnect, like gaming app, like Xterio, like DP, AI apps like GM Network, and maybe also more. So that's what be more like the ecosystem more fancy, more diversity, and also the validators and stickers can get a lot of different rewards, and also security every chain. Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
So CyberConnect started when we started in 2021. We were building a lot of stuff not purely on-chain. We were a mix of on-chain and our weave. Unfortunately, for social, there's just a lot of data. And as we move throughout the last 2 and 3 years, we found that the most interesting stuff is really just bringing users on-chain, making sure that the interoperability doesn't have to happen on the data layer, but also like the clients adopting to the similar distribution network. And throughout that process, we were deployed on a lot of EVMs, almost all the EVMs, and we're really close to like the Superchain team, OP team. As a result, like we had 3 million users making more than 20 million transactions, costing more than $3 million worth of gas, which is just terrible experience for our users. So that's when we started to think about how can we build maybe an app chain for cyber. And that was maybe early last year. And then throughout the summer and throughout earlier this year, I think there are more and more projects coming out, building consumer apps. Some of them are more like SocialFi, some of them are more like social network or just minting NFTs. And most of them are getting on equal treatment by deploying on the chains that are very much generalized. So if you're deploying your SocialFi or social networks on, let's say, Arbitrum or Optimism, maybe you get some support. Most likely you're not getting the STIP from Arbitrum, or most likely you're not getting the grants, just because those are still geared towards the more revenue generating apps like DeFi or revenues like selling NFTs, unfortunately. So for consumer apps, it's really hard to live alongside DeFi apps. That's where we think Cyber can be a really unique position, a social L2, very specifically built for consumer apps, low gas fee with the EigenDA, and also much easier onboarding with our account abstraction solutions, so that we can really tailor towards the social app builders rather than like a generalized L2.
Well, for us is I've been building games for like more than 20 years, and Xterio is a company that we started about 3 years ago, and we started building Web3 games. But only until I met YQ and Outlayer, then we decided to do, building a layer 2. And the reason is very simple. Now that we are using OP stack and we are using, of course, EigenLayer, ABS, and at the same time, we are also covering both ETH and a bit on the BNB. And we released our first chain only 7 days ago. And now with the game that we are building right now, we have already attracted more than 1 million DAUs every day. And they are having thousands and millions of transactions every day. And the chain is running fine. So yeah. So that's us.
Yeah, like we got like 3 catalog of a different project. One is the DP, one is the social and the gaming. So like my next question is about like why you all choosing the Outlayer plus EigenDA, or like you're building like a AVS itself. I'm sorry, you're building like AVS itself, the Restaked Rollups. So can you just give like a reason and what is the benefit using the EigenLayer, using the Outlayer? Let's start with Micheal.
Yeah, I think as I've been saying that until we met, we have been thinking about using other people's chain. We're just building games, right? Or we actually build a chain ourselves, right? But until we met YQ, okay. So he was able to tell us a lot about the trend in the industry, not just the trend of what other people's can other games could be doing, right? And also about the technology trend, which is something that I have not a lot of knowledge with. And until that, I can see that, that is actually possible to build a chain, because we are not just building a game that we use a little bit of blockchain and just, in a section or in one day that we transact one time. We want to build something that is really going to transact a lot of times to be able to see the real interest of blockchain and the game, right? So if it is, so that's we really be very serious in looking at a solution that can actually work, and then understanding the trend, understanding the technology, and of course the experience and the technical supports. Then we decide to build a chain.
Well, I think we got really convinced by YQ, of course, by our layer team when we were considering building L2. A couple factors. One is we just happen to have a token. We do need a token governed community, a token governed network, rather than like it's so much harder for us to just like, let's say we start with a single sequencer and like go from there, and where does the revenue go to? Like, does the revenue go back to the stakeholders or like the token holders? So the conversation was kind of natural for us to really put Cyber as a token into this Restaked Rollup design, rather than like let's go from central services and move it from there. On the other part is just like how much easy that Outlayer has been able to help us building the L2 on EigenDA and a lot of customizations that we're looking into. I think we're just super aligned on the tech side as well as on the token design.
Yeah, I think I know Yao and Darcy that last year, the 2029, we have a lot of talk, and at that time I still thinking like how to build layer 2. It's hard, right? I think in the future, as I said, if we are at the iOS moment, Apple Store moments, it's very hard for most of the developers, especially that we focus on the consumer apps, consumer summer. It's hard to still focus on the infra side. So our layer solve the big question. They made this be a source and smart source and to easily to onboard. You using AWS very easily, but very very high volatility and high volume. The valuable. And the second one is As Alex said, I was in Kobo, and 2018 we were doing the post business. I think staking is really good, but at that time staking is so thin, like only one layer, like you stake and then give you rewards. No one can last for long. It's no business models. But now with EigenLayer, it's really makes sense. No one need to hire the armies by themselves. If you're not US, Singapore, like some country, right? You need to keep by the the professional army, or like they pay, they get, and they can secure. The one guard can be at 10 companies for 1 day per hour. You can get like more higher pay, but each of the company, they share the cost. So everyone is win, 3 win. So the second one is, I think this year definitely will be the consumer sub year, because we talk about too long time for like mass adoption. We really need something to change. That means EigenLayer can change, because it's a game changer. Because 20 years ago, Web 2 is not free. So when we say the TikTok, Amazon, Shopify, it's because the internet becomes free. Free means gasless. So we need to have a big threshold down for the gas fee, and then we can make some really innovative new apps, new games, new socials, because we don't need to people tell what is gas price, what is GV. It's fuck nonsense. It's not make sense, right? We need to make all the users know what this is Web 2. You use your Face ID, we collaborate with the Cyber Wallet. You use a Face ID, create an ID, and then it's all a kind of action address and also gasless. So it's totally Web 2 experience, and they enjoyed all the deep in devices. And then it's actually everything on chain. So that's a killer app, killer time, killer EigenDA. Yeah.
Very interesting answer. Yeah. Awesome. So the next question is like, since you guys all build your own chain, so what kind of DApp or the ecosystem you are recurred in your chain? Let's start with Michael. You guys doing the gaming, so you got a lot of game, can be sure. Then we can do like a social and deeping.
Okay. So for us, we've been building quite many games. We have 4 games being built right now. One of the game which is just launched last week is AI pet collection game, which is a very important game for us because we have been able to utilize AI in many different ways and very, very immersed into the building of these games, including, of course, an emotional engine where when you converse with your pet, it's not like very robotic. It's going to be very, very friendly. I can give you a lot of example later. And then another part is that we actually train our own model for building the graphics of each of the characters, so that when you want to build a character using your imagination, say it's a pig and a cupid, but it actually come up with something very interesting and actually the same art style that we have trained it for. It becomes a very popular game right now on the internet and using our own chain right now. And then there are many other games like first-person shooters, like Overworld is a game that is called, which is very, very famous on Twitter as well. It's called called Overworld. It's an RPG game. And then there's an Age of Dino, which is coming very soon next week, which is a strategy game, and many, many more. I think another important thing that I want to share with you guys is that we talked a little bit about TikTok just now, right? And I think creators' economy is very important trend. I mean, you can see it from the world that TikTok is actually a creator economy. So is YouTube, so is many of the other social platforms. And at the same time, if you look at games, that if what kids are doing is a reflection of what is going to happen in the future, then creators' economy in Roblox, in Minecraft, is going to be something that might happen to the adults as well. So what I would imagine, especially with the AI trend and technology, that an adult version of Roblox might happen very soon, or the other way around, a game version of TikTok might happen very soon as well. And with that, Xterio is really working on something that, together with Outlayer and together with EigenLayer as well, that can really use the technology on the Web3 to be able to have a fast transaction and at the same time to be able to channel back the interest of the creators back to where the economic interest is something that we really want to work for in the future.
Yeah, for us, well, funny that Michael said creator economy. Previously, I did work at Instagram, and then before CyberConnect, we built a live streaming platform on Cosmos, which was called DLive. We had the world's largest YouTuber, PewDiePie, streaming with us, with more than 30 million users, with more than millions of transactions per day. So I think content creator. Well, the easiest way to look at this is social networks are the most valuable networks out there on traditional internet, and the take rate is 80% to 90% or 99%. Like people are not making money or making enough money by participating in the social networks that they are on right now. And it's so much easier if we can just subtract that away and just think about it. How can we redistribute value within where all the value were originally captured by Facebook, by YouTube, and redistribute that back into the hands of creators, users, and developers. And we do that in every different ways. Like there are a lot of social networks out there on the crypto rail. Some of them are building more like the following relationships. Some of them are more building like the Twitter likes. Maybe there are more people building like how can we onboard the traditional YouTubers onto Web3. And at Cyber, we really care about just bringing that playground to them and hopefully support their teams to build on top. And we do have our own product called Link 3. It's a Web3 professional network. It's more like LinkedIn. Hopefully, you guys will use it more when you go to conferences as we're shipping out the new mobile version. But I think there are just a lot of untapped opportunity on the social layer where creators create content, people connect, and finding useful connections in that way. And yeah, if you guys are building anything on consumer or on social or on creator, we'd love to chat and help.
Yeah, like Deepin, and we now actually have, I would say at least 10 ecosystem projects. We'll announce them one by one. And still, GM and I want to be the biggest incentive layer for all the IoT devices existed because the more we get into the virtual world or cyber world, the more we still need the real devices or real machines. So all the machines will generate data a lot. So we will also incubate our first one. It's a wristband, also thanks to my brother. And it's like Whoop. We will announce them soon. And it's the first one to use GM, the network, the layer 2, and use our wallet, powered also by CyberConnect. And also will integrate our whole system. And the first product question will soon can claim rewards by different Deepin devices to integrate with them. Yeah.
Sure. So, time for the last question. So, you guys talking about like creator economy. So, what is the real incentive from your network to the creator, or like any alpha for the like incentive for like future plan about either token or the roadmap? And for the GM, I know you guys just launched your NFT. So, what's your plan for your NFT there? Let's start with GM.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm a cyber card. I very like the game Cyberpunk 2077. So that's why the NFT name is Cyber V. V for Vitalik, V for victory, V for the game's name. And our ticker will be GM. I very like the GM, the name GM. And our point system will be GN. So maybe you have some like memes playing way like you transfer more GN to GM in the night and and then you're back to more in the daylight. So I think for us, because we have the ecosystems, they can build a DApp on our layer 2, but also they can build a layer 3 if they want. And so the GM token will also combines with ALT token, maybe even like in the future for Eigen token together to security the layer 3 or the DApp. So I think for the Ethereum whole system, the biggest chance for this year is staking and restaking. So how to make it in your very proper way in your ecosystem. And also all the Deepin devices, they also need some security. You cannot hack it by the hackers or like steal your data or steal your token. It's very unsafe. So I think there will be more new narrative or new things, new way to explore more the real tokenomics and not just governance or blah, 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 anything. Yeah.
Cool. Let's continue with Ryan. Creator economy.
Well, it's not just creator economy; it's everything that's social related, right? So, a couple things we're really excited about. Cyber staking is live. So cyber staking will be used with Eigen Layer to do the dual staking for the Cyber R2, which is coming to mainnet very soon. Other than that, we are giving away a lot of cyber. So we did set up cyber grants, which is specifically $2 million worth of cyber given away to builders, building social networks, social media, social apps, social fi on top of Cyber L2. And finally, Link 3, our own product built on Cyber, I think it's coming out today. So if you guys want to try it out, go follow CyberConnect HQ on Twitter. You should be able to find out the new announcement about other new releases from our team.
Yeah, last one is Micheal. I think you guys just launched your marketing campaign with the points system. So I'm curious, introduce that to us and see if there's any alpha here or.
Yeah, that is related to a game called Paleo right now, and is running on the running a point system. I can tell you more about how we think about creator economy, NFTs, and interest of the economics of the interest of the users, right? And so what happens is that when you come to join us in the Paleo, you will help us to train the Paleo. Paleo is a pet that is, like a AI companion pet, right? And you will talk with it, you will converse with it, and all this information, we can put it into kind of like an NFT is recorded, and it actually helps to train the model of the AI. And then this recorded, meaning that you actually have some part of a record of a proof of ownership of the model. And when we are going to build more games with these pets, then you actually have a proof that you actually own the part of this AI model as well. And we will find a way to have the economic interest to be channeled back to the users. And that's really what we are trying to do.
Cool. So thank you guys. Thank you, Micheal. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Chase. Yeah, thanks for today's talk and very valuable insight about your project and Eigen Layer, Out Layer, or an extra. So thanks, guys. Yep.